Welcome to the J Perspective. I'm your host, Janet Shea. I'm an Iranian-Australian. Yesterday, on the 1st of March 2026, the leader of the Islamic Government of Iran, Ayatollah, was killed. The Iranian people have waited 47 years for this moment. This is a historical and joyful time for Iranians and for the world. Although I am joyful for them, and hopeful that soon I may visit my family and the graves of my loved ones in Iran, I am deeply concerned for us here in Australia. In 2025, Prime Minister Albanese declared Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, a terrorist organization. Thank you, Prime Minister. However, declaring a group a terrorist organization means very little if the ideology that drives that group continues to be taught and defended in Australia, on Australian soil, without consequence. What does our government intend to do about those living among us who actively promote and defend the same ideology that endorses killing of apostates, abusing women, and the sexual violation of children? On the 14th of December 2025, there was an attack on Bondi, on Australian soil, against Australians. The Prime Minister said sorry. Okay? But sorry is not honesty about what we are dealing with. An ideology cannot be called terrorist overseas, but acceptable when it's in our country. See, the people protesting in Iran are not afraid of being politically incorrect to name what they endured under Islam. They're not going to be gaslit into calling it a misinterpretation. So I'll follow in their footsteps and speak plainly. There are two types of Muslims, a good Muslim and a true Muslim. I know good Muslims. They are kind, generous, and they want exactly what the rest of us want: safety, family, a future, a decent life. But they are good Muslims because they do not follow all that Islam actually instructs them to do. That is why they are good Muslims. The Islamic Government of Iran, the IRGC, Hamas, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, the Muslim Brotherhood, the Houthis, these are not people who went rogue from their faith. These people read the Quran and said, we will do exactly as our holy leader instructs. By their own scriptures measure, they are the true Muslims. The good Muslim and the true Muslim are two different people. The word Islamophobia is used in Australia to shut down the freedom to have opposing conversations about the religion of Islam. A phobia is an irrational fear. Reading the Quran and asking whether its teachings align with Australian values isn't irrational. Christianity is openly mocked in our country without legal protection from criticism. Nor should there be such protection. In a free society, any belief system can be questioned. But when Islam is questioned, the conversation shuts down and the person asking the question is called the problem. And the question about Islam never gets answered. Australia, we have the right to read, question, and think for ourselves. So go to your local library, pick up a copy of the Quran, read the Hadith, the recorded words and examples of their Prophet Muhammad, draw your own conclusion, and decide if Islam should be shielded from scrutiny in a democratic nation. Demand that our government clearly distinguishes between those who wish to live freely among us and those whose convictions oppose the safety and freedom of Australians. And let us build our immigration, our policy, and our national values accordingly. That is not hatred. That is not phobia. That is us protecting ourselves from what our government calls terrorism only when it's outside of our country. The people of Iran were duped into accepting an Islamic government and paid for it in blood for 47 years, while the world stood by and did nothing, didn't listen. Do not let Australia learn that lesson the way Iran did. Thank you for listening. Long live a free Australia.